Today's generation is not stupid. They are not lazy. They are unprepared. We were never taught how money really works. We were shown lifestyles, not consequences, results, not responsibility. Previous generations survived on discipline, delayed gratification, respect for money. Today, money is digital, debt is easy, and comfort is everywhere. This video is not here to shame you. It's here to wake you up, because your financial future doesn't care about excuses. It only responds to habits. If you're young, this is your warning. If you're older, this is your reminder. Let's talk about why today's generation doesn't take their financial future seriously. Today's generation doesn't take their financial future seriously because money has lost its meaning. In earlier generations, money represented survival, dignity, and freedom. Today, money feels digital, unlimited, and replaceable. Decades ago, people touched cash, counted coins, and felt pain when money left their hands. Now money disappears with a tap, swipe, or a click. This disconnect makes spending feel painless and saving feel unnecessary. Warren Buffett once said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." Most teenagers today do the exact opposite. They spend first, flex online, and save nothing. Teenagers often believe income will magically increase in the future. They assume success will come easily because influencers make it look effortless. What they don't see is years of discipline behind real success. Charlie Munger warned, "The first rule of compounding is never to interrupt it unnecessarily." Young people interrupt compounding before it even starts. They delay saving because they think they are too young. A common teenage mistake is ignoring small money decisions. Buying coffee daily. Upgrading phones unnecessarily. Subscribing to services they barely use. These small expenses seem harmless, but over time they silently destroy future wealth. Old generations called this leakage. Benjamin Franklin said, "Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship." Teenagers today laugh at this advice, yet they complain later about being broke. Another major issue is the absence of fear. Older generations feared unemployment, hunger, and instability. That fear created discipline. Today's generation grew up with safety nets. Parents, loans, credit cards, buy, dash, now, dash, pay dash, later, apps. Easy access to credit removes urgency. Mistakes don't hurt immediately. Pain is delayed. Teenagers swipe credit without understanding interest. They treat debt like free money. No one teaches them that debt steals future income. Dave Ramsey often says, "Debt is dumb. Cash is king." But teenagers are taught that debt is normal. They are never shown the long-term consequences. Real implementation starts with awareness. Track every dollar spent for 30 days. Write it down manually. Feel the money leaving your hands. Ask yourself if each expense adds real value. This habit alone changes behavior. Second, save before spending. Even if it's only 5%, build the discipline first, not the amounts. Third, respect money early. Money doesn't change who you are. It reveals who you are. If teenagers learn respect early, wealth follows naturally. If they don't, money will always slip away. This is why today's generation struggles. Not because they earn less, but because they value money less. Today's generation is surrounded by success stories that look effortless. Social media shows wealth without struggle. It shows results without the process. Teenagers open their phones and see people their age driving luxury cars. They see foreign trips every month. They see passive income screenshots and overnight success. What they don't says that what Taidon TC is family money. What they don't see is years of failed attempts. Naval Ravikan said, people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Today's generation does the opposite. They expect 10-year results in 1 year. This mindset kills patience. Patience is the foundation of financial success. Without patience, discipline collapses. Teenagers chase trends instead of skills. Crypto today, drop shipping tomorrow, AI tools the next day. There is nothing wrong with opportunities. The mistake is hopping without mastery. Old generations stayed with one skill long enough to compound. Warren Buffett built wealth by buying and holding. He didn't chase excitement. He chased consistency. Teenagers today quit too early. If results don't come in 3 months, they move on. This habit prevents long-term income growth. Another danger of social media is comparison. Teenagers measure success by likes and followers, not by savings or stability. Comparison creates pressure to spend new clothes, new gadgets, expensive lifestyles they cannot afford. This leads to performative wealth, looking rich while being broke. Old generations feared looking poor. Jim Rohn said wealth is not about having a lot of money. It's about having a lot of options. Teenagers reduce options by overspending early. They trade freedom for validation. A major teenage mistake is mistaking visibility for value. Being popular online doesn't equal financial security. Attention doesn't always convert to income. Many influencers earn less than they appear. Expenses grow faster than income. Lifestyle inflation eats everything. Real implementation starts with unfollowing illusions. Mute accounts that create envy. Follow educators, not entertainers. Second, shift focus from income to skill. Skills compound faster than trends. Sales, coding, communication, writing, and finance. Third, measure progress privately. Net worth, emergency fund. Debt reduction. Old school advice still works. Live below your means. Delay gratification. Social media didn't they? Chanma. Spending more than you earn still fails. Time still rewards patience. Teenagers who ignored this pay later. With stress, with debt. This is why social media is dangerous. It teaches speed, not sustainability. And speed without direction leads nowhere. Today's generation is not lazy. They are confused. Confusion is more dangerous than laziness. Teenagers are told to follow their passion without understanding the cost. Passion without income creates frustration. Older generations balanced passion with practicality. Peter Drucker said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Creation requires planning. Planning requires clarity. Teenagers today change career goals every year. Engineer today, influencer tomorrow, entrepreneur next month. This constant switching kills momentum. Skills need time to mature. Careers reward depth, not speed. Old generations chose careers based on stability first. Income second, passion later. Today's generation wants all three immediately. When reality hits, motivation disappears. They quit instead of adjusting. A major teenage mistake is avoiding uncomfortable work. They want flexible hours before earning expertise. They want freedom before responsibility. Elon Musk once said, if you work 100 hours a week, you'll beat someone working 40 hours. Old generations understood sacrifice seasons. Teenagers, expect balance from day one. Another issue is underestimating entry-level struggle. First jobs are not meant to be exciting. They are meant to teach discipline. Older people learned work ethic early. Showing up on time. Listening more than speaking. Teenagers often reject structure. They see it as oppression. In reality, structure builds skill. Jack Ma said, when you are young, work for a good boss, not a good salary. Teenagers chase money first. They miss mentorship. Lack of mentorship slows growth. YouTube advice cannot replace real guidance. Experience cannot be skipped. Real implementation begins with choosing one path. Commit for at least 3 years. Ignore distractions during this period. Second, accept low pay. As tuition, skills learned early. Pay forever. Income follows value. Third, build career capital. Certifications. Projects. Real-world experience. Teenagers also misunderstand entrepreneurship. They see freedom. They don't see responsibility. Old entrepreneurs worked longer hours than employees. They delayed comfort. They reinvested profits. Teenagers want entrepreneurship to escape work. This mindset guarantees failure. Freedom is earned, not given. Financial future depends on career foundation. Weak foundations collapse under pressure. Strong foundations compound quietly. This confusion explains why many struggle later. Not because opportunities are missing, but because direction is missing. Today's generation is not taught how money actually works. Schools teach math but not money management. Teenagers graduate without understanding interest, taxes, or investing. Older generations learn finance through necessity. They watched parents budget. They saw consequences of bad decisions. Today, many teenagers grow up shielded. Bills are invisible. Debt is normalized. Robert Kiyosaki said, it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep. Teenagers focus only on income. They ignore expenses. A common teenage mistake is not budgeting. They see budgets as restrictions. Older people saw budgets as protection. Without a budget, money controls behavior. With budget behavior controls money. This difference defines financial outcomes. Another issue is misunderstanding interest. Teenagers love compound growth. They ignore compound debt. Albert Einstein allegedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Used wisely, it builds wealth. Used poorly, it destroys futures. Credit cards are given without education. Pinapalata feels harmless. Interest silently accumulates. Old generations avoided debt unless necessary. Homes, businesses. Teenagers use debt for wants, clothes, gadgets, lifestyle upgrades. Dave Ramsey warned, you must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. Control starts with habits. Habits start young. Spending habits formed in teenage years rarely disappear. They grow with income. This leads to lifestyle inflation. Real implementation starts with basic rules. Never spend money you haven't earned. Avoid debt for depreciating items. Second, build an emergency fund. Even a small one changes mindset. Security creates confidence. Third, automate savings. Remove emotion from the process. Consistency beats motivation. Teenagers also fail to invest early. They think investing is risky. Not investing is riskier. Old investors started small and stayed consistent. They trusted time more than timing. This is still true today. Financial education is not complex, it is ignored. Simple rules work when followed. Those who learn early win quietly. Those who delay struggle loudly. Time never waits. This lack of education explains the problem. Not intelligence. Not opportunity. Just missing guidance. Today's generation delays responsibility longer than any generation before. Comfort is available early. Consequences arrive latte. Older generations grew up fast. They worked young. They contributed to households. Responsibility shaped discipline. Discipline shaped financial stability. Today, comfort replaces discipline. Jordan Peterson said, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Teenagers compare lifestyles instead of progress. This creates dissatisfaction without growth. A major teenage mistake is avoiding accountability. Parents rescue loans. Hide reality. Failure no longer teaches lessons immediately. Pain is postponed, but pain always arrives. Older people feared instability. That fear created savings habits. Today, fear is numbed by convenience. Convenience creates dependence. Dependence weakens resilience. Resilience builds wealth. Another issue is extended adolescence. No urgency to build skills. No urgency to save. Responsibility forces focus. Focus creates results. Results create confidence. Ray Dalio said, if you're not failing, you're not pushing your limits. Teenagers are protected from failure. They miss growth opportunities. Comfort makes people soft with money. They avoid sacrifice. They avoid hard choices. Old generations delayed gratification naturally. They saved before buying. They repaired instead of replacing. Teenagers upgrade instead of maintaining. They chase convenience over cost. This drains future income. Real implementation begins with accepting adulthood early. Pay your own bills when possible. Feel financial pressure responsibly. Second, create artificial scarcity. Limit spending intentionally. Practice saying no. Third, take full responsibility for mistakes. No blaming economy. No blaming parents. Fourth, set long-term goals. 10-year vision. 5-year milestones. Responsibility clarifies priorities. Without it, money disappears. With it, money multiplies. Teenagers who mature early gain advantage. They compound discipline, while others delay. Time becomes their ally. The future doesn't reward comfort. It rewards preparation. It rewards responsibility. This is the final truth. Today's generation is capable, but comfort is expensive. Those who wake up early. Those who delay pay. Interest. The choice is always personal. If this video made you uncomfortable, that's good. Growth starts with honesty. If you're serious about your future, start today. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Come in discipline. If you're ready to change your money habits, like this video so it reaches someone who needs it. Subscribe if you want real advice. No hype. No shortcuts. Because motivation fades, but discipline builds wealth. Your future is watching. Don't disappoint it.